And we are live. The Gabby Gabe Show. We miss you. This is the Gabby Gabe Show, and we are back after some time that we've been away. I hope all of you have been taking care of one another and being healthy in this COVID-19 era. I know that I have, and I just been praying for everybody in the community, and I hope to hear from you. And if you haven't subscribed to the Gabby Gabe Show, this is a good time for you to hit that subscribe button. This is Gabby Gabe, and I will be talking about some of the things that have been going around here in current events. So, without further ado, I know that the national headline news has been making this report of an accident that occurred right outside of Holtville. Really bad thing, really, really tragic deal. But a vehicle, a Ford Expedition, I don't know what model it was, but apparently 27 individuals were packed and loaded in that Ford Expedition. Well, tragically to say, the Ford Expedition crashed into, or a semi truck crashed into the Ford Expedition, but the details are not out yet how this accident occurred. But to report and sadly to say that 15 people died and the impact, that is just very tragic. But I feel bad for these individuals. These are human beings, but what were they thinking? Loading up a vehicle with 27 individuals. Obviously, the some of the news media out there, like CNN or Fox, did not report who these individuals were, as they have no information. They don't have the facts. But I dare to say that these were possibly illegal immigrants. Who knows? I am only guessing, and common sense tells me that they were loaded into this Ford Expedition out by Highway 180, Highway 115 near Norris Road, and sad to say, they crashed, and 15 of those individuals died, and somehow some of the people had been flown out to the local hospitals. And my shout outs, and I applaud the medical community, the hospitals, the two local hospitals here in the Imperial County uh, for their collaboration in this, because obviously this is not an easy task to handle in this small community. But they worked really well, Central Regional Medical Center and Pioneers Medical Center, who have fine medical staff there, and the trauma center there is just awesome out there. Got to give a shout out to the Imperial County Sheriff's Department, California Highway Patrol, and the other law enforcement, and also the airlifts, the helicopters that are out there. And the other hospitals that were involved in Palm Springs, and I'm sure in the other desert areas. But this just shows you that our community here is ready to handle such catastrophic events out there. But thoughts and prayers go out to those individuals that were lost here. But this raises a question, to what extent? To what extent are do people go to get into our country? There are risks in everything and every decision that we make in life. And I don't doubt that those individuals were trying to come into America in hopes, in dreams of the American dream, to raise money and send it to their respective homes. I don't know what intentions there were. But you know, it's just a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. I was hearing in the news about a week ago that this out in Salton Sea, over the immigration had pulled over a rig out there who had a refrigerant trailer there, where 8 illegal aliens were hidden in there. And Well, the border patrol, were tipped off by the nervousness of the truck driver, and they were the truck driver and the truck and the rig was sent to secondary, where they found these 8 illegal aliens hiding in the cold, frigid air of that trailer. But it just comes to show once again that people will go to any extent, even to risk their lives to come here to this great nation. But there has to be some responsibility and to be taken, and it's just it's a real sad thing to just to see and watch these things happening unfold. But in other news, out there, I was reading in the news earlier that the Border Patrol has released asylum seekers who have tested positive for COVID in Brownsville, Texas. You see, there's asylum seekers. There's people crossing our border, and they are bringing coronavirus. And this is not responsible. This is not very good for our community, for the health of others. But there has to be some sort of security measures in place at the borders there. I mean, um, yes, there's consequences, but we gotta at least put some sort of more COVID testings in the borders out in Mexico. This is gonna be a risk for our nation here, but more of these asylum seekers need to be screened before they are released into our country. I know that many of the laws have been changing since Biden has taken into office. The catch and release is no longer in effect from like what Trump had. So immigration laws are changing ever so slowly and dramatically. So we got to take care of our nation now that our nation is somewhat healing from the coronavirus and the pandemic. There is lights at the end of the tunnel. If you have been reading the news, I'd like to just kind of share with you that Texas and Mississippi, that's right, two states out there, they wanted to lift mask mandates and they want to roll back on COVID restrictions. So has been suffering a lot lately, especially with the frigid weather uh, conditions that have happened most recently. And Texas has suffered a lot and have lost a lot of the morals and their social and economic factors also have been hit very hard. They're actually in a state of emergency. But prayers out there for the state of Texas. They need to recover. They need to recover quickly. Give it out to the Texans out there, being bold, being the first ones to come out of this mask mandate. Most certainly, we'll be keeping an eye on Texas, and hopefully that we can learn something as we are trying to come out of this pandemic. And as you know what, that's a good thing because the light at the end of the tunnel is finally being seen. Things are coming back to normal. For example, I'm a baseball fan, and spring training, Major League Baseball is coming back, and some of these baseball fields out there in Arizona, where they have the Cactus League, and in Florida, where they hold these spring training games, in the Grapefruit League, they're allowing fans of baseball into their stadiums. I was watching today the Dodgers and the Giants game out there in, I believe it was in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's a population about, no, not population, but how many fans that were let in? About 2,000, 2,400 fans were let into the stadium, but they are also enforcing, social distancing. So that's a good thing. That's a responsible thing that Major League Baseball is taking, and it is good for our minds because baseball is a national pastime, and we do need to have a little, entertainment in our lives. And then avid sports fans are now, get to watch their favorite baseball team. And hopefully everything will come back to normal by April 1st where Major League Baseball will open up the regular season. So I applaud that for Major League Baseball there. But there is light at the end of the tunnel because schools are going to come back to normal. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that? I know that many parents out there are going to have to go into this transitional role in how they're going to let their, we get a lot of parents that work and they have babysitters and such. I myself, I'm not a parent, but I could imagine that this is going to put some stress in the parents and going to this transitional part. But coronavirus has put nothing but stress in our lives, so we should be already be tolerant of that already. But schools will be open. I understand there will be some hybrid teaching going on, and that's good for our children in our communities. Those who are falling behind, I'm sure they're going to be visited by their teachers pretty soon, if not in the elementary school system. But I'd like to hear what your thoughts. What are your thoughts about that? Would you let your children go back to school? What are the rules? I haven't seen much of the rules out there, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. So life, it seems to come back with normality, and with that comes responsibility. And I hope everybody out there is still practicing some sort of social distancing. At least have the courage to go see their doctor and have already been vaccinated. If not, I know that the elderly have already been the majority of, well, there's been a lot of campaigns out there to give the elders their vaccine shots, and second vaccine shots have already been given. I myself, I already got my second vaccine shot. But this is a privilege because when you're a healthcare worker, as I am, um, you got to be protected for this coronavirus. But so my prayers do go out there for those other individuals who have not been, you know, so lucky. Many, I know some people who have lost loved ones through this coronavirus. I know it's still a crisis, but let's all be careful out there. Let's all still practice social distancing and such. And this is the Gabby Gabe show. Well, I will have to start thinking about other ideas of what we're going to talk about soon. And hopefully, you'll be watching me soon again. And I'll be coming back with new topics. I would love to hear what you have to say. What are your thoughts about some of the topics that I spoke about tonight? Send me your email. Send me a shout out and like and subscribe. But this is the Gabby Gabe Show. And I will be here coming back very soon, maybe tomorrow. So this is Gabby Gabe. Well, I would be doing my outro. Where is my music here? Where's my soundboard at? Hey, wait, what's going on here? Where is my sound? There we go. This is the Gabby Gabe Show, reminding one another, take care of one another, love and respect, and pray. Pray for those individuals that are lost out there in Holtville, outside of Holtville. Tragic accident. This is Gabby Gabe. I'm signing out. Waiting for you.